Hi, welcome to Baking with Jay plus Dan.
I'm Jay.
I'm Dan.
And today we're going to make our favorite lemon bar recipe.
This is an awesome recipe for the summer, light and tangy, but I think it's terrific year-round as well.
Yeah. First ingredients, 2 sticks of unsalted butter. Make sure it's on room temperature so that it will incorporate quickly. Alright, so what we did is just make the butter mix just for a little bit so that it breaks it up. And what's next?
To that, we get to add a half cup of powdered sugar. So I'm going to throw it in there. He'll turn the mixer on. It'll go all over the front.
Alright, so now the butter and the confectioner sugar fully incorporated. I'm going to scrape down the sides.
Yummy. While he does that, I'll start on the dry ingredient is 2 cups of all-purpose flour and a pinch of salt. If you want to measure the pinch of salt, you can drop it into the palm of your hand and pinch it out, or you can go for 1/8 teaspoon. That's fine. So whisk that together. Here's my trusty flexible cutting board. We love these. You can use parchment paper. And we'll just slowly add that in, probably 2 additions.
Yes.
And you're going to have a real flaky shortbread crust.
So again, make sure the mixer's on low.
And our second addition goes in.
Alright, so the butter and the flour mixture have just come together. You don't want to overmix it too much because that'll tend to make the dough really tough.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take it off and hand it over to Dan.
Give me that little chunk there. Grab your scraper. If you can see into the bowl, it's still not quite good. It's nice and soft today. So you're going to pull that crumb together. That's good. Form that into a ball in the bottom of the bowl. Then I like to grease the hands a little bit. So I have some butter left over from when I used the butter to do the 9 by 9 inch pan. This is foil lined. For the lemon bars, we use 2 sheets of foil because at the end it's a little harder to lift out. So that's buttered and lined. Add some grease to your hands and then just pick it up in a ball and start to form it. You see it's crumbling into the bowl. But that's a good sign. That means it's going to be super flaky.
Yes.
And this might be my chance to learn to toss a pizza crust. Let me see. So I just pat that down nice and flat. So then smack it into the pan and begin to flatten it. So we're going from the center out, working the batter, working the crust into the corner of the pan. Sort of double check in the center, feel around that it's super even because you want each bar to cut out nice and evenly. There you are on that one. And before it goes in the oven, we'll take the fork and just knock through it. I like to go one direction and then the other. So that is your crust with the fork marks. It'll keep it from bubbling up in the oven.
So this goes into a preheated oven. Make sure it's set to 325. And we like to bake it between 30 and 35 minutes, just until it's lightly golden brown. You don't want it too dark because then it'll make the dough too tough.
Okay, happiness, candy canes, shade turns.
Our shortbread crust has cooled completely in the pan, and now it's time to start our lemon filling.
So crack 4 large eggs into a big bowl, because this is our primary mixing bowl here.
Yep. You just want to break them up.
As they whisk together, you get to add in 2 cups of white sugar. That goes in. I'll just stream that in slowly. so it has a chance to dissolve. This could also be the salsa bread.
There we go.
And go ahead and throw in a pinch of salt as well.
Right, so the sugar is incorporated with a dash of salt. Next ingredient are the zest of 2 whole lemons.
Yeah, use that lemon zest, gives it the tang and the brightness. Once that goes in, we'll start with the 6 tablespoons of flour and 7 tablespoons of lemon juice, real lemon juice. We alternate the flour and the juice back and forth to incorporate. I like to knock it right onto the whisk so we don't have any big chunks.
And add a little bit of lemon juice.
Takes about 3 additions.
The final.
So you're looking for, you don't want to have any clumps of white flour in there. Everything blended nice and smooth. So here's a peek at that crust we did. It's nice and golden. Check that your foil is still glued up at the edge of your pan. Because as you add the filling, you don't want the filling to race over the side of the foil and then it bakes underneath.
Alright, so now you take the filling and carefully pour it into the pan. It's a pretty loose filling, so again, just be gentle.
Okay. And this goes into the oven at 325 degrees, just as we did the crust. You want to let it stay in, I would say 40 to 45 minutes. It forms a little golden crust on top. And the other check is that there's no wobble in the middle, right? Just to where it sets nice and firm.
Our lemon bars have been chilling in the refrigerator overnight.
So I brought them out. We've removed the aluminum foil, trimmed off just the very outer edge of crust using a serrated knife. And now the real fun part, as we get closer, we get to cut them. I'm just going to score it in thirds here to make 9 3-inch bars. And then check that, see if you like the way the scoring looks. And if you do, go all the way down.
Perfect.
Now that's why the chilling is so important, because if you try to shortcut the overnight chill, your filling is gonna ooze out. And there you have 9. If you want to serve more people, you could just trim these into little half squares and you get 18 or more.
All right, so the final step right before serving is a light dusting of powdered sugar.
Yeah, that just gives you a nice finished surface. And here we go, onto the tray. I'm in love with those.
All right, so that's our recipe for our favorite lemon bars. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And also remember to ring that bell.
This is Baking with J plus Dan. Thanks so much.
Bye, see you next time.